Hello everyone and welcome to the course Foundation Engineering. Myself Preeti Singh Patel, Civil Department from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Today I start a new topic, pile foundation. Okay, pile foundation is one of the type of deep foundation, but here in this lecture I will discuss about only pile foundation. Okay. So these are the list of content which I am covering in this video lecture. Introduction, types of pile and their uses and pile driving equipments. So pile foundation is a kind of deep foundation. It's actually a cylindrical type structure, a column or a long cylinder made of different materials such as concrete or steel which are used to support the structure and transfer the load at a desired depth either by end bearing or a skin friction. Pile foundation are used in different situations when the soil at or near the ground surface is not capable of supporting a structure, so the deep foundation or a pile foundations are required to transfer the load to the deep strata. Next, if the shallow soil is not stable or the settlement estimated is not tolerable, then the use of pile may be the only practicable solution. Pile foundation actually behave as a type of a column, but it is slightly different from the column because the pile gets the lateral support from the surrounded soil in which they are embedded, so that there is no concern with the regard to the buckling it. And it is in this respect they are differ from the column. Piles are relatively long and may be driven or placed vertical with a batter. Okay. So when there is a layer of weak soil at the surface, this layer cannot support the weight of the building, so that the load of the building have to bypass this layer and to be transferred to the layer of strong soil or rock that is below the weak layer. So from this figure you can see pile foundation is used to transmit the structural load through zone of poor soil to the depth where the soil has a desired capacity to transmit the load. So this is the actual image of pile foundation. Here you can see how to construct the pile into the site. Okay. So as I told you earlier, the pile foundation is used when the structure load is very heavy load or very large load, the pile foundation is used. But when the surface soil is unstable for shallow foundation and a firm strata is so deep that in that condition pile foundation can. Next, requirement and necessity of pile foundation. So when the strata at or just the ground surface is highly compressible and very weak to support the load transmitted by the structure. The load of the superstructure is heavy and its distribution is uneven. Next, the top soil has a poor bearing capacity. In that case, we also use the pile foundation. Then the subsoil water is high, so that the pumping of water from the open trenches for the shallow foundation is difficult and uneconomical. Then the large fluctuation in subsoil water level. The structure is situated on seashore or riverbed where there is a danger of scouring action of water. Then the pile foundation can be used. If the canal or deep drainage line exists near the foundation, then in that cases we can use the pile foundation. And last, for foundation of transmission tower or an offshore platform which are subjected to uplift forces, large uplift forces, in that condition also we can use the pile foundations. Okay. Here is the image where you can use the pile foundation where the scouring problem, offshoring platform and transmission tower conditions, you can use pile foundation. Next, types of foundation, pile foundation. So according to load transfer, there are two types of foundation, end bearing pile and friction pile. According to the function, compaction pile, tension pile, fender pile, batter piles and sheet pile. Next, according to material, timber pile, concrete pile, steel and composite pile, and according to construction method, cast in situ and precast pile. Okay. Let's start the classification of the pile foundation. First classification based on a load transfer. Okay. So according to load transfer, there are two types of pile: end bearing pile and friction pile. So first one is end bearing pile. So these pile penetrates through the soft soil and their bottoms or tips rest on a hard strata. Okay. So in this figure, you can see end bearing pile is used to penetrate through the weak soil or soft soil and their bottoms or tips rest on a hard stratum. These piles act as a column and the soft material surrounding the pile provide the lateral support to prevent the buckling from the pile. Okay. For this pile, is the ultimate load QU is transfer is equal to the QP, where QU is the ultimate load and QP is pile load. Next, friction pile. So when loose soil extended to a greater depth, piles are driven at a depth when friction resistance developed equal to the load. In that case, QU ultimate load is equal to the skin friction and friction. Okay. So the total friction resistance can be increased by increasing the length and the diameter of the pile, making pile surface rough and closely spaced or placing closely or grouping of pile. Okay. Here is the image for end bearing pile and for friction pile. Next classification based on function. So first is compaction pile. When piles are driven in loose granular soil with the aim of increasing the bearing capacity of soil, the pile are termed as compaction pile. These piles themselves do not carry any type of loads. This pile is used only for compacting the soil to increase the bearing capacity of soil. Okay. Next, tension pile. So these piles anchor down the structure subjected to uplift pressure due to a hydrostatic pressure or overturning movement, also known as uplift pile. So these pile is used when next, fender pile. So fender pile is used to protect the waterfront structure against impact from ship or other floating object. Okay. Next, batter piles. So these piles are used for resist large horizontal forces or inclined forces. Next, sheet piles. So these are used as a bulk or head to as an impervious cutoff, reduce seepage and uplift under hydraulic structure. Okay. So means sheet pile is used to cut down the water movement and to cut down to reduce the seepage under hydraulic structure. Sheet pile is used. Next classification based on materials. So first timber pile. So timber pile is you made from tree trunk after proper trimming and the timbers used should be straight, sound and free from defect. Sometimes steel shoes are provided to prevent damage during driving at the bottom of the pile and to avoid damage to the top of the pile a metal band or a cap is provided from preventing the damage from the hammer. Diameter of the timber piles are 30 to 50 centimeter and length should not exceeding 20 times its top diameter. Okay. For group pile, each pile is brought at the same level and concrete plate is provided to have common platform. So here is the image of timber pile. This is also image of timber pile. Next, Concrete pile. So cement concrete is used in the construction of concrete pile, and concrete piles are either precast, cast in situ or pre-stressed. Okay, so precast concrete pile are manufactured in factory or a place away from the construction site and then driven into the ground at the required place. It required heavy pile driving machinery to driven the pile into the desired location. It may be a square, octagonal or circular in cross section, and the size of pile vary according to the loading condition or according to the load, and the grade of concrete should be M20 for the precast concrete pile. Next, pre-stressed concrete pile. The pre-stressed piles are performed by tensioning high-strength steel pre-stressed cable and casting the concrete about the cable. When the concrete hardens, the pre-stressed cables are cut with a tension force in the cables and now producing compressive stress in the concrete pile. Pre-stressing piles tends to counteract any tension stress during either handling or driving, and the load for usual condition for the pre-stressed or precast concrete is 900 for precast concrete pile and 8500 kilonewton for pre-stress, and the optimum load range is 350 to 3500 kilonewton. Next, cast in situ. As the name suggests, first a borehole is dug into the ground by inserting a casing. Then this borehole is filled with cement concrete after placing the reinforcement. Then this casing should be kept in position or it may be withdrawn. These pile with casing is known as cased cast in situ concrete pile, and the pile without casing are known as uncased cast in situ concrete pile. Next classification based on materials. So steel piles are generally either in the form of thick pipes or a rolled steel edge section. Steel piles are driven into the ground with their ends open or closed. These piles are provided with a driving point or a shoe at the lower point. Okay, so commonly three types of steel piles are used. First, H pile, box pile, and third one is tube pile. So H piles are usually of a wide flange section and they are suitable for trestle type structure in which pile extend above ground level and act as a column. They have a small cross section area, therefore they can be easily driven in soil, and it is used for long pile with a high bearing capacity. Next, box piles. So they are rectangular or octagonal in form and filled with the concrete. These piles are used when the edge section or edge piles are not possible to driven into the hard strata. Next, tube piles. So tube piles or piles of steel are driven into the ground. Then the concrete is filled inside the tube of the tube piles, and because of the circular cross section, tube piles are easy to handle and easy to driven. Next, composite pile. So this type of construction in which pile of two different materials are driven one over the other so as to enable them to act together to perform the function of a single pile. Okay. Here is the image of composite pile. You can see at the bottom portion they used concrete and at the bottom portion they use steel, and at the upper portion they use a timber pile. At the same time they achieve economy and the durability of the pile. And the second image show the concrete with the timber pile. Okay. So these piles are formed by making hole in a ground and fill with the sand and well rammed. The top of the sand pile is filled with the concrete to prevent the sand ejecting upwards due to a lateral pressure. And for the sand pile, the diameter is 30 centimeter and the length is kept about 12 times its diameter, and the center to center spacing between two sand pile is 2 to 3 meter. Next, installation of pile. The pile installation technique is an important feature in the design of pile foundation that could be selected carefully by taking into the consideration the resistance to achieve the desired penetration, pile characteristics, space available at the site, and the disturbance due to a noise. So there are two methods for installation of pile. First, installation by driving, and next, installation by boring. Okay. So there are some important technologies for pile foundation. First is driven pile. In driven pile, the piles are driven into the ground by applying a blows with a heavy hammer on their tops. So timber, steel and precast concrete pile are installed by a driving which may be driven into a position either vertical or at an inclination. Next, driven cast in situ pile. So in this, the pile are formed by driving a casing into a ground up to the desired depth. Then the casing is later filled with concrete, and then the casing may or may not be withdrawn. If casing is withdrawn, it is called uncased pile, and if casing is not withdrawn, then it is called case pile. Okay. Last, board cast in situ pile. So these piles are formed by excavating a hole into the ground and then filling it with the concrete. Okay. Next, factors influencing in selection of type of file. So there are some factors that affect or that should be considered while selecting a type of file. The first is nature and type of structure, then location, material, equipment and fundability, type of soil and its property, groundwater table, durability of pile, length and number of pile, case study of adjacent building, facility for pile driving and erosion of soil near structure. So, if the site is situated in a very busy and crowded area, the structure already constructed in adjacent area. So, only a small or non-displacement pile have to be used for consideration of noise, vibration and ground displacement. If the section of the material of the pile would depend upon the magnitude of the structural load, so for the light load, timber pile can be used, while for a heavy load, only steel or reinforced concrete pile can be considered. So according to type of soil, in loose to medium sand condition, displacement pile may compact the soil, while in a clay soil, use of displacement pile may result in the heaving of the soil, and hence in clay soil and dense and non-displacement piles are preferred. Okay. Then durability of the pile depend upon the pile material and the environment conditions. So timber piles are liable to rot when subjected to a alternate wetting and drying. If sulfates are present in the soil, so concrete piles are likely to deteriorate in strength. So steel is likely to be corroded by the salt, and the selection of the pile material must be made keeping in mind any such condition. Alternately, suitable treatment must be given to the pile material to protect it from damages. Pile cap and pile shoe. So, what is pile cap? To protect the bottom of the pile from blows of hammer or by applying a blows of heavy hammer, pile cap is provided. Pile carry a load from structure and distribute it to a various piles. So generally pile cap is made of a steel or the cement concrete, and the thickness and the size of the cap is depend upon the shape and size of the pile. Pile shoe. So while driving a wooden pile by hammer, the bottom end of the pile get damaged or deteriorate, causing difficulty in driving. So therefore, a pile shoe is fitted at the bottom end of the pile to protect the pile and to facilitate easy pile driving. These pile shoes are made of cast iron, steel or rough iron, and the various type of shoes are square pile shoe, wedge shaped pile shoe, sorry, round pile shoe, steel trap pile shoe, socket type and close end shoe for a pipe piles. So today I stop here. In next lecture we discuss about the remaining portion of the pile foundation. Okay, thank you.